Welcome to step-by-step guide to project lesson 3. Here's where I will guide you through how to go through the project of new curriculum using practical examples. So before I begin the video, I want to put this disclaimer. The theme used in this presentation is not from UNEB. It is a random sample I picked in order to give direction to this presentation. Also, the presentation is my personal opinion based on research and study I've made. Therefore, it should be used with reference to other relevant study materials. And then some information presented here may be a little bit advanced. Therefore, information synthesis is greatly encouraged. So having said those three, let's go into the video. So first, the first feeling here, you can go through it. I have made two sample videos, sample projects that explain this. So if you missed any, you can go back to the channel, scroll and check for. This is the last and the third and the last sample project I'm going to explain using this. So the theme will be put here, and this is project planning 1. The other competency 1, project planning. So here we have identify the project. So the learner will review literature or consult peers, teachers and other community members, can be internal or external, such that the learner establishes that the problem exists and so there is need for his or her project. So under that, this is what we have. This is the third project, sample project I'm giving you, designing a sustainable school garden. So the problem statement here is many schools have underutilized outdoor spaces that can be transformed into sustainable gardens, providing hands-on learning opportunity for students while promoting environmental stewardship. So the problem is there are schools that have spaces outside which are not utilized, and yet they can be put into use. So the problem is they are wasting, they are not putting it into good use. So they can be used, one, to make a sustainable school garden, which can also promote environmental stewardship. So this is closely linked to the theme. And there is a reference here, meaning this learner has done literature review and therefore qualifies to be scored. And then there are questions here: what are the essential components of a sustainable school garden, how sustainable school garden can be designed and then implemented, and so on and so forth. So that is the first step. And in doing that, the learner may consult either peers within or even consult those who are outside. So basing on what you will notice, you will score the learner. Then the project title, which should be related to the theme, and the number is 7 to 25 words. So if you look at this is designing a sustainable school garden, and this sustainable school garden is going to promote environmental stewardship, proper use of the environment, which is related to the theme. And then next is establish the purpose of the project. The learner established the purpose of the project. 1, he intends to achieve, and then should be reflecting the title and the theme. If you look at this purpose, we have our purpose is to create a sustainable school garden that is good for the environment. So, and our theme is conserving the environment. So the garden is supposed to be good for the environment. So it has already reflected the theme, and even the title is already reflected. So that is our purpose. And then we need objectives which are specific, rather smart, and then also linked to either the purpose, title, or theme. If you look at this, these are the specific objective: design a sustainable school garden that includes eco-friendly features. This is already related to conserving the environment, which is our theme, and then it is also directly linked to our title and even purpose, if you have been following the purpose closely. And then identify resources needed. So we look at the resources, and the resources you're supposed to identify but also provide justification for them. So if you look at their resources here, 1, the learner needs seeds because it is a a sustainable garden, school garden, so they need to plant the seeds, so that's the justification. Garden tools to prepare the garden, maintain it. Watering system, yes, you need to keep the garden irrigated, not depending on weather alone. The carbon, the garden bed materials, the soil mulch, and the justification. So the learner qualifies to be scored at that point. Then develop a project activity stock plan, and that plan or the activity, one, should be relevant to the project, should be logically sequenced, clear timeline, then the cost and person responsible. So the format I use is this. There is clear timeline, there is cost, there is person responsible here, and then the activity is there. And then a little bit of explanation of the activity. Then again, timeline, material, rather activity, the cost, the person responsible, and so on and so forth. So this is that part of the activity. And then when it comes to integrating knowledge, there's part of agriculture, there could be part of chemistry, manuring, there could be ICT when typing, there could be English while making the report, there could be local language when you're asking or consulting external people. So based on what you see, you tick them. There could be some part of math, analyzing data, there could be designing the garden, so there's some art and design, and many others. And then next, it is incorporating cross-cutting issues. Cross-cutting issues, I've put a few here. Environmental awareness, by making a garden which is environmental friendly, is already aware of the environment, or eco-friendly practice. Health awareness, foster eating habits. When you plant, for example, greens, that is balanced diet, which is looking at health awareness. Mixability and involving of different students, social, economic issues, then citizenship is taking responsibility. So that is included there. And then finally is you look at the generic skills here. You tick based on what the learner has done. Did the learner plan and carried out investigation? If yes, you tick it. Sort and analyze information? Yes, you tick it, all accordingly. And then from my presentation here, you will see that there is reference. So if you did not score a literature review from the beginning up, you can still score here because there is reference. The learner actually went and read literature, and there is even evidence of reference. So that is it about for project planning. This is the third project sample that I've explained this using. So the next video will be going to competency 2. So don't miss the next video. Subscribe and hit the notification bell such that you'll be notified when the next video is posted.